Hello everyone, my name is Jinx SWG, and by, well, kind of popular demand, or I don't know what you want to call it, but a lot of people have been asking how to set up your own server, or they're having their problem with setting up a server for the newly released early access game Days of War. So I'm gonna make a quick video here showing you how to actually do it. And we're actually on one of my community servers where I have a couple of games running already. One of them is one of our Days of War servers. So first off, you need the Steam CMD, and that is free. So we're just gonna type it in here, search for it, Steam CMD. And this is where you will find all the info on downloading servers, set up your own scripts and stuff. But I'm just gonna show you the quick way to install a Days of War server. So we're gonna head here to Windows, because I am on Windows. If you want, there is for Linux. I don't know if the Linux version of the servers are out, but anyways, I'm gonna take the Windows version. I already have it, but all you have to do is download it, unpack it, and save it some place where you can easily access it. And you will find a lot of commands here for running Steam CMD, but well, I'm gonna show you here quickly. I have it here. I unpacked it into my C drive, Skyttegrav, which is my community, Steam CMD, and this is the Steam CMD. First time you open it up, it will check for updates. I've already updated it, so it's not gonna show anything. So the first thing you're gonna do is log in. So I'm gonna type in login. Some servers need you to enter your real account if the game requires you to own it. The server requires you to own the game and stuff like that. But since the early access for Days of War, you don't have to. So we're gonna log in here with Anonymous. So Anonymous, there we go. I think. Oh, misspelled it here a bit. There we go. And it will connect anonymously to the Steam public login. So far so good. Now we're gonna tell the Steam CMD where to install our server. So we're gonna type in force install _dir, and now the path to where I want the server to be. So I'm gonna type in C, which is my main drive, Skyttegrav, where I keep all the servers, and for this I'm just gonna type in test. It would be good if you type in Days of War or DOW, but yeah, that's the one I'm gonna go for here. It won't show you anything, but if it doesn't give you an error, it means it's done correctly. Now, to get the actual app or server, I'm gonna type in app _update, and then the app ID. In this case, it's 541790. And after that, you can type in different commands. There's quit if you want to quit after, but I'm gonna put in validate, simply so the Steam CMD validates all the files that it has downloaded, so everything is correct. So validate, and now it will run the actual download, and it will also set up the server. So I'm gonna pause the video while this is downloading, and I'll see you in a minute. And we're back, and it has just finished downloading and installing the server. But before we can get more into what's next when it comes to the actual server, I'm gonna show you how to open some ports in your Windows firewall, and hopefully you already know this if you have a server, but I'm gonna show it anyway. So head to your control panel, System and Security, Windows Firewall, and Advanced Settings. Now I'm gonna block out a few things so you won't see actually what's going on with some of my settings, because well, I don't want that to be leaked out. But we're gonna go here to inbound rules, and you'll see I have a bunch of stuff here, and everything means different things. But for this, we're gonna have to open some Steam ports, and we're gonna have to open some specifics for Days of War. So I'm gonna take here new rule, I'm gonna put on ports, and this is for Days of War, so I'm gonna put it on UDP. I don't want to go into specific what these two do, but TCP is a more secure and basically is more text-based, while UDP is more open and can carry voice and other stuff also. But I'm gonna open the default port, and it's 7777. But I'm running multiple servers, so I'm gonna actually open a range of ports, and we do that with a I don't know, minus, I can't remember the the actual name for it, but I'm gonna open from the 7777 to 7800. I already have these, but I'm showing you anyway. And we're gonna take next. Well, I can actually show you here. Don't open all ports. Never do it, just to be sure. Next, I'm gonna allow connection. And here you can set up different rules. And I actually only run public. So I'm gonna tick these two off. And then you enter a name. Now, since I already have this, I'm not gonna actually save it. I'm just showing you. Now, for Steam servers, or Steam, it's actually the way Steam and Steam Master servers communicates with games and stuff. So we're gonna open a new one here, ports, and we're actually gonna use a TCP. And you'll need to do this twice, because I'm opening both TCP and the UDP ports for this. And this is actually different from what you want to do. For my case, I open actually quite a good range of ports here, but I'm gonna open as 27000. The default for the Days of War server or every Steam server is 27015 or 15, but when you're running multiple, it's always good to have a few more. So I'm opening to 27100 also, and it's the same, allow connection and whatever you want here. And I've already have it, so I'm not gonna actually show you. But as you see here, I've added UDP to it also, to the name, so I know which one is which if I need to change something. And you'll need to do this on the outbound rules also. So when that's done and this is done, we don't need it anymore. I'm gonna shut that down, and I'm gonna leave you some links in the description down below to show you. And we're gonna terminate that one also. Now to actually start running the server, we're gonna have to do a few things here. First off, navigate to where your server, where you actually install your server. So for mine, it was my C drive, Skyttegrav test, and here you have it. This is the server. Now the first thing you want to do is go into the Days of War folder, binaries, Win64, and you're actually gonna run this launch server bat. This is a bat file that shows you some settings. We're gonna show it more soon, but I'm quickly gonna run this for about a few seconds. This is so the server will create this folder, saved folder. In here, and I can actually show you, in the config folder you have all the default settings. If you change any of these settings in the default config file, they will reset every time you update the server. They will revert to the default every single time you update the server. So do not change these or use them. But as I said, run the bat file quickly once, and then we're gonna head into the save folder and then the config folder, Windows Server, and now you can edit the settings. But if you go into, this is actually the one that we're gonna use most, which is the game ini file. And it has nothing at the moment because we haven't done anything. So we're gonna head back here while this is open, which is always good to have. We're gonna head into where the default is, because here we have all the commands that we need. And we can take a look here at, well, what do we actually need? Well, server name would be good because we want to find the server. So we're gonna copy this first one. We're gonna copy the server name, the server password, and the server admin password. These are the basic that you need to actually run the server. So we're gonna paste these in here. In here you can find anything you want to know. Map rotation if you want to change that. But simply take these and copy them over to this game.ini file instead. And there are a few things here that you can use. For instance, I'm running a bolt action server only, and I have disabled all the grenades, and here are the commands for actually disabling the grenades and the rifle grenades and anything you want. But we don't actually need anything more than this, so I'm gonna close this down and we're gonna continue here. Server name, we're gonna change this, and I'm gonna name this Skyttegrav test. If you want server password, just type it in here. If you don't want it, you just want to be public, just leave it as it is. Server admin password, well, we're gonna change this to, we're gonna change it to my name, Jenks Swede, just because I want to. And we're gonna save this, and there we go. Now we're gonna head back to the binary map, and we're gonna take a look at this launch setup bat file. The reason why I do not use this at all is because this is also a default file, meaning that it will revert to this same standard every time you update the server. So I'm not gonna use this, but I'm gonna create a copy of this and I'm gonna paste it in here. And this one we can rename. So I'm gonna rename this to Skyttegrav underscore test. The name doesn't really matter as long as it's not the same as the launch server bat file. And we're gonna edit this. Whatever program you use. I usually use Notepad++, but not everyone has it, so I'm gonna just edit it in Notepad. Now, there are some things that I need to change. First off, this map, as of yesterday, it was removed from the game. I don't want to go into details on why. I'm sure someone else can explain it, but I'm gonna remove it and I'm gonna insert another one. I have it in a separate file here so I can see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna add the DOW underscore Kesserberg or Bally or whatever you want to call it. Now, after this, most people only have to add these command lines, which is this dash port equals 777, which was the one that we opened, and query port, or Q port as I call it, because I don't know why they call it this, but that is the standard Steam 27015. But I'm already running a server here, and it's already using the ports. So I'm actually gonna change these. And I usually increase the ports by 2 just to leave it a bit of leeway. You shouldn't have to, I just do it as a precaution. Wow, my accent went weird there for a second. But I'm gonna change the actual port to 77080. You don't have to do this because you already have it if you have just a 777, and I'm gonna change this to a 7. Now, some people might have problems actually running the server because like we do, we run multiple IP addresses on one server. So the default server may not be able to know what IP address you have. And therefore I am running this little command line, which is multi-home and the IP address. And if you have another IP address, just change this out. And this is only if you have a problem with this. Usually it's the server doesn't show up or anything like that. So we're gonna save this. And I'm actually gonna launch the server now. It's gonna launch this window. This is just the CMD showing that the server is starting, and this is all you see. If you're familiar running other servers, you might think this is not a lot of info to go on, but this is what it shows. So I'm gonna actually head into the game and try to find the server. So I'll see you in a second. And we are back, and now we're in the actual game. So we're gonna scroll here, and there we have it. There's my server. I'm already on it, so I don't have to connect to it again, just to speed things up. So here we are. We're inside the server. Now to get the admin panel, you're gonna have to open your console. Now, when I first installed this, there were some problems because every time I tried to access the console, I couldn't, because it is bind to American keyboards, and American keyboards, it's the tilde key, and I don't have a tilde key because I'm running the Nordic keyboard. So we're gonna head into options, key bindings, and console down below. and we're gonna put here, this is I put it on selection key, which is actually the key next to the number 1, which is called the tilt key in other countries, but here it's something different, so you might not have the problem. Now, heading back into the game, press the tilt key or selection key, put in admin, and then your password. In this case, it was my name or nickname, Jinx Sui. And there we have it. This is the new sexy, or new. This is the admin panel. First off, you'll find map rotations. And as I said, as of yesterday, the Thunder map is removed, and yeah, so it doesn't show here. It did yesterday, but now it doesn't. This is very much work in progress. There's not a lot of options here. There is a thread on the forums where you can send your feedback to the devs if you want. But here you can add and remove maps. You can simply click on a map here and press load, and it will change map and things like that. And this is the map rotation. Don't forget to press save. If you don't press save, it will not save. Simple as that. Teams, you can randomize, you can swap teams, whatever you want. Gameplay, and here are some nice features. Here is where you set some of the options for classes. If you put a minus or simply remove this checker box, it will actually do unlimited class or class specific restrictions. But yeah, here you can change some stuff. There is a bug that I noticed. The marksman and rifleman are actually switched places. So if you only want marksman, you have to change the rifleman setting. I don't know why, it is a bug, but yeah, anyway. You have some friendly fire, enable, disable, whatever you want to do. You can even, put the flags if you want to cheat or whatever. Now, here is the important part, players. This is where you kit and ban players, but also you can make admin. By doing this, and I've made myself admin now, if I close this down and open the console again and just type in admin, I can now access the admin panel without actually typing in the password, which is very nice. So there you go. Now the server is set up and you can play. And as you said, I had another I didn't show you this, but I had to re-record some stuff, and there was actually another player on the server as I joined in. So sometimes people are way too quick to join, but yeah. Now it's done. I'm gonna show you some other stuff after this if you want. So I'll see you in a bit. And so I'm back in the actual server. Now I'm gonna show you a quicker way of updating your server or setting up the server if you so want. I'm gonna head back to where my Steam CMD is. This is more or less an easier way so you don't have to type in every time you have to update your server. And you'll see here on my actual server, I have a few of these. And I'm actually gonna take the Steam CMD and I'm gonna send a copy to my desktop. Gonna minimize a few things here. I have a lot of stuff running on this server, so that is why I'm gonna move this out of the way. And I'm gonna rename this to DOW underscore auto up. Oh damn, I can't spell. Auto update. Simple as that. Going to properties, and here in the target we are gonna add a few command lines. Basically the command lines that we added when we installed the server. So I'm gonna type in a plus login anonymous. I'm gonna space plus sign again force just gonna make sure I spell it right here, underscore install underscore dir, and the path, and it was c:/skyttegrav/test/ plus app underscore update, and then the app ID 541790, and we're gonna add validate to this, and we're simply gonna apply and close it down. So now I have to shut down the server. Unfortunately it doesn't show server name, but I'm looking at the ports and I know which port is running what, and I am gonna terminate this one. I don't know why there's two of these, but anyway. So simply, if you want to update now, all you have to do is double click this and it will do everything automatically. Now there are a lot of auto update script if you want the server to update on whenever you want it to. There is a lot of info on the Steam CMD page. I'm not actually gonna let this go through with it because it will just take time. But yeah, that's it. Now the server is running and you don't need anything else. And thank you for watching.